This happened some years ago. There was a young woman on Christmas Eve, was in a big hurry to buy presents for her kids. And this is an upsetting story. I'm not going to lie. I want to prepare you for this. She went out to her car. Everything was, she had just gone to the store. It was like Walmart, something like that. She bought her gifts, went to her car, and there was a man waiting inside the car for her. He attacked her, he raped her, stabbed her, and left her for dead. Now here's something that is a little different about this story. She survived. She survived, and then they caught the guy right away. They caught him red-handed. They know who did it. And a lot of the criminals that we see out there, they know that they're going to the slammer. They know it's happening. So he decided that he was going to be his own counsel. He was going to represent himself. How many times have we seen this on court TV? You have a crazy person that represents themselves. They know they're guilty. They know they're going to go to jail. And what does he do? He uses the powers that he has of being the defense. He uses that power to interview the witnesses. So who is the witness to the crime in this case? This woman. And when he is interviewing her, he asks her questions like, so you say I stabbed you. What did it feel like when I stabbed you? What did it feel like when you feared for your life? What was that like? That moment in time captured the consciousness of the people of this state, and they said, enough is enough. We want to have a victim's Bill of Rights. Now here's something that's unusual about Arizona. This is something that Senator John Kyle tried to get through the United States House and Senate. He tried to get a victim's Bill of Rights passed through at the federal level, could not do it. He could not get it through, but we got it through here. The people of Arizona voted for it because of stories like that. And it says, I have the Victim's Bill of Rights, and one of the articles says, Victim's Bill of Rights, there's a few it's a long document, there's a lot of rights on here. You don't think the Constitution affects you? Read this. Read this document. When something bad happens to you, you're a victim or a family member is a victim, you read this document. This says what your rights are as a crime victim. And one of those rights, number 5, to refuse an interview, deposition, or other discovery request by the defendant, the defendant's attorney, or other person acting on behalf of the defendant. That's a flat-out right that you have that isn't in statute, it isn't in the U.S. Constitution, it's in the Arizona Constitution. It gives you that right. Another one that's of interest, a right to... Now, people always think about the speedy trial as benefiting the defendant. But what about the victim? How's it like for the victim to have to wait for weeks on end for some sort of closure? Well, it says, right to a speedy trial or deposition and prompt and final conclusion of the case after the conviction and sentence. And one other thing that jumps out to me is it defines victim. It's not just the person that got stabbed. It's not just that woman. It also says a victim means a person against whom the criminal offense has been committed, or if the person is killed or incapacitated, the person's spouse, parent, child, or other lawful representative, except if the person is in custody for an offense or is the accused. And it provides that the power to direct this is not in the courts, it's in the hands of the legislature. The Arizona State Legislature is supposed to draft laws to enforce the provisions of the Arizona State Constitution, the Victim's Bill of Rights. Right up at the front, it tells you we are going to respect the rights of the people, and that government derives its power, just power from the people, and then it says these are the rights of crime victims, right at the very beginning.